Coach, how do you feel about the way your team competed tonight?
I was proud of the way we competed. I thought we had some opportunities, and credit Kansas State for making big plays, especially in the special teams area where we really swung momentum. When it was kind of every time it seemed like we'd get a little momentum somewhere, they answered it with a big play or a score. Could flip the field position, those type of things. But overall, I thought it was one of our better all-around performances in the last few weeks. I thought we tackled better for the most part. But again, they made a lot more plays than we did.
What has Lonnie Phelps meant to this team throughout the duration of this season?
I think Lonnie, he made some plays tonight. I know he started the year fast and made some plays. I think it was good to see him again create something in the pass rush. When we lost Kyron Johnson at graduation, I thought he's been a real nice addition. Both he and Craig Young, I thought both had good games tonight. And as I told the team, I'm proud of them. But we got a gap yet. We got to continue to close, and that's why Kansas State is going to go play for a conference championship. But I like the progress of this team, and I believe in them, and we're going to get ready and close this thing out with a win.
What progress did you see from last week to this week in how Jalen managed the game?
I could tell he's a lot more confident all week. I thought he prepared very well. I thought he was more aggressive and more confident in where he was going with the ball and making decisions. And you saw him run the ball tonight. And so all those things was a huge positive.
You mentioned the big plays for K-State. What do you feel like contributed to maybe the mistakes on your end of things?
Well, I don't know. I don't ask right away why they're trying to solve it. Where everyone is. Obviously, Vaughn made some big plays again. The fly sweep plays were huge for them. I think it's just a matter of consistency and. Making plays at the first and second level before they get to the third level, and they're all dangerous in space, and we've got to continue to improve in that area.
For OJ on the punt returns, what is he coached to do on those plays when it's inside the 10?
Well, that's a misnomer these days that you let them all go over your head. So okay, that's. He's going back to get it. He slipped and fell. Obviously his confidence was shaken and it's wet out there and stuff. So then, we had him back at 47 yards. The guy hit a 62-yard punt. It's hard to get upset at the guy. Okay, so I don't know. That's like I said. We got beat in every area of special teams. Okay, we punt for 38 yards. They punt for 62.7. Okay, if we look at return yards all along, so a lot of hidden yards there for them. That's a credit to them. I've, still have confidence in OJ, and we'll continue to work with him.
How tough has Devin Neal been for you guys since the bye, just in general?
How what?
Tough.
Extremely. He's, he's barely practicing and puts himself together and goes out there and battles again, and no excuses. We got what we got right now. Sevion Morrison misses 3 days of practice sick. Kai Thomas isn't available. And we had to move Torrey Lachlan back to running back. Devin's holding together. So it's what it is at this stage of the game. And, Devin gave us his best. And but a lot of guys are out there battling. A lot of teams are in that shape. So, like I said, those are the reasons I'm proud of these guys, because I know what they're going through.
Is Torrey like a Swiss Army knife?
Yeah, he's been that way for us. He's one of our best special teams player. Line him up in different areas. Feel bad for him, actually, because he's never been able to fully settle into a position in this program, probably before we arrived, and kind of keeps bouncing back and forth. But his versatility does allow him to get on fields in other ways.
for you guys, 6-6 at the end of year 2. Just as a program, where do you feel like you guys are at?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously the second half's been disappointing, but, again, if you'd sat here at any other time, I think we'd be a 6-6 football team. I'm proud of this group, part of the staff. I think we're still ahead of schedule. There's, every time we go on the road, it's a good learning experience in a lot of different ways for our program and where we need to be and how we got to get there. And we'll continue to work on that on and off the field. But as far as this group goes and continues to learn and get better, and we continue to work on our weaknesses.
I guess from a big picture sense then, how big is the next month having practice?
Well, yeah, like I said, you don't even know it's going to be big for a lot of reasons, and it won't even be seen completely this year or maybe even next year. But it's, you start thinking about these practices, and for teams that have been consistent bowl teams year in and year out, these extra practices and the extra retention and the extra time. I mean, our rules don't even allow us, if you don't make a bowl game, that you can even put them back in the weight room. So everybody else is still lifting and practicing, and you can't even be with your guys. That's a crazy rule to me, but I don't make them. So we shut everyone. The teams that don't make bowls game have to shut it down, while everyone else gets to keep working with their guys in strength and everything else. Then everybody goes home for the semester. So we'll be with our guys. Then we go out in spring ball. The retention of information and understanding and those things continue to get better. So then you go into your summer, so on and so forth. The teams have been able to stack that year in and year out, have to do that. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Obviously, there'll be practices without some of the seniors and guys that have taken a lot of reps. So we'll be able to work with some of the other guys. And like I say, that's where hopefully, the other part of the roster, your younger players and scout team players and all those things continue to gain confidence. And hopefully, as well, it continues to help morale. I've, like I said, other places I've been in any type of postseason, you start seeing it in years to come as well as immediately.
You mentioned the long term there. What have you enjoyed most about coaching this year's team over the last 13 weeks?
Their attitude, their work, their buy-in. They understand. And the thing is, they can see the difference at certain times. Now we have to grow and continue to be more consistent, and I mean that by not just on Saturdays, Monday through Thursday, other things like that. They're willing and wanting to be successful. We have to continue to find ways to be more consistent in getting there, and that's tough for young guys, and that's what makes some programs as successful as they are, is when you can get that mentality. But we're getting there.
All right. Thanks so much.
Anybody else? Nobody else got to ask the same people that asked them. So anybody
How
else?
do you feel about the gap between you and K-State? Do you see that closing, and how important is that?
I'm not going to judge right now if it's closing. I'll let some of you that have watched it over the years tell me if it's closing. I like the direction of our program. I think Chris does a hell of a job, and he's got a fine staff, and he's got some very talented players. Again, the score doesn't show that a gap's been narrowed, so I have really I can't comment on it until we actually prove it.
All right.
Anybody else? Any others? I'll answer a couple more. I don't want to. You guys all good? Okay.
You got all my questions?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Jalen, from last week to this week, how much sharper did you feel?
Definitely felt like, a little bit more comfortable, within the offense. Felt like, I was able to move more freely as a quarterback, in the back, staying with poise and being able to get through progressions when I needed to, and, getting down to the check down if I had to.
Gio, I think there was a second there when we were leaving the field, and you took a second to, I think, looking up. I guess what's going through your head in that moment? What were you thinking about?
My auntie that passed away, her birthday was, that past weekend, and basically just a tribute to her to keep playing football. She would, wished that she could see me today. The last bit of strength that she was able to muster up to be able to go outside was my going away party to come here. So just a tribute to her.
And can you explain just kind of the way that you guys competed? You battled almost score for score with them for the most part.
I would just say that shows the grit. That shows the growth of this program. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to make sure we go out for 4 quarters and nobody question if we're gonna play hard or if we're gonna finish the game. We want to show everybody that we're gonna play through no matter what. So that was our goal.
Because Kenny, for you, at the end of the regular season, 6-6, where do you think you guys are at as a program right now?
We're definitely on the upside. We definitely have more growth to do. I'm definitely proud of where we came from. It's still more growth to be done. Still more building that we have to be done. Get back in house, clean up on the little things. But I'm definitely excited for this program.
You've obviously not had the bowl prep to do before. I guess, is that exciting for you to know you've got another month with the team?
Yes, sir. I'm definitely excited to get back to work, get back to cleaning up things, and get back to playing football again. Because we got an extra game, so it's definitely fun and exciting.
For you, Jalen, I guess, how big does this next month feel? Like, not only for this season, but seasons to come?
It's the opportunity to be able to play more ball. This program hadn't been there in, I don't know how long. So, to be blessed to be able to play in this game, we're just going to take that day-to-day step and be able to keep preparing, throughout these next however many weeks there are since we don't know the date yet. And we're just going to, keep on chasing that 1% every day.
Dirk, how do you explain just kind of the creativity of the offense and what it's capable of?
I mean, it's capable of a lot. Sky's the limit. We have very talented players at all of our positions, and we just got to execute. And when we execute, we can put up a lot of points and we can move the ball on anybody. But consistently executing, we got to be better with that.
Jalen, the 25-yard run you had, and then Lawrence comes in and sets the block on the edge. What does it take just kind of to do the little things to make big plays happen, positive plays for the offense?
That's our biggest emphasis. The little things. You never know what the biggest thing that we always focus on every meeting. You guys, Coach K, it's the difference. You never know what the difference is. So, we put great detail in practice throughout the whole entire week on, this little detail, because you never know which little thing that you mess up is going to, have a big impact on the game. So, throughout the whole entire week, this is just all that we're working on, working on these little tags for the receivers so that they know that we're doing. Coach K likes to say that we're basically rehearsing for a play, which, it kind of is. As an offense, we have to keep on going it over and over these plays to, make sure that we're able to go out on the field and be able to accomplish the mission.
For each of you, what role did the weather conditions impact you at all?
For me, on the defense side, it didn't really impact us too much. We went out there and tried to do our best. So.
Yeah, for me, I felt like it was the rain was more similar to the West Virginia game rather than the Houston game. So, I definitely was able to make more throws with the rain because it wasn't as big as raindrops. I felt like the rain didn't rain as much as it could have. So, there's always some throws that I wish I could have had back, but never somebody who's going to blame it on something I can't control like the weather.
Yeah. It wasn't as heavy as we expected, and it was something that we could play through. So we're not going to, say anything about the rain. It was fine tonight.
Anything else with these guys?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.